So today we're looking at designing and planting and building front gardens. And you can see in this picture that this front garden really does need some serious work. It's just all limestone and what's been left over by the builders. So what we did was a quick design, and you can see that now we've got some lovely sort of pyramid U's sort of put around the edge of a lawn, and then we've improved the area near the hedge by adding silver birch. Let's take a look at some of the end result of this particular design. So this is a front garden we did with pyramid yew trees, steeper, lavandula, verbena, and it makes a really nice display, especially when the wind's moving and you can see the steeper floating around, and it really looks good with those nice upright yew trees. A few Bachelor Jacquemontii in the back there, and ferns and dry shade plants like polystichums in the background, and hellebores and pines. You can see in this garden that it's all covered with builder's rubble, and it really does need something to show off that nice house in the background. So let's take a quick look at the design, and then we will talk you through the building of it and how it all turned out. So in this design we used a Prunus Managawa on the back left. We used 3 Pinus mugus around glacial boulders in the middle, and the rest was made up of all year round colour, so we got something of interest all year round. Well, we're all set up for another day of landscaping, and on this front garden you can see we've got a monocouche rendered house. We've got a little bit of space to the left of the window, so what I'm going to do there is use a Prunus Managawa. Could have used something like a Cupressus sempervirens, so I'm going to need some slim left of window. We're going to put a few glacial boulders in here, which will show you them in a little while. Some pines. We're going to put an evergreen hedge around it. We had a look at this block paving, and it's not the best, and that needs to be hidden a bit, to be honest. So we're going to put that in, but unfortunately whoever did it, they've left the haunch is sticking right out, so we need to cut that off. Going to have to cut the haunch off a bit, just so that we can get the hedge into the right size. We're going to fork the base over. The base, this looks like the typical kind of after builders kind of limestone MOT to dust, so we've got that to deal with as well. But we've got a lot of plants on board. We've got the boulders, so we'll give it a go, see how we get on. So on the front here we've trimmed back the edge, just got to clean that up a little bit, and then we forked the base. There's loads of concrete, as you'd imagine. Once builders have built a house, you get all the rubbish in the soil, so we've had to take out a lot of kind of concretey stuff just so that we can fork it through. Just put just place the boulders as temporary, just to see what that's going to look like, just get a bit of an idea, and then we're just now waiting for a nice bit of topsoil to come in to get cracking. So just forming the structure here, just put the 3 stones in and some pines and the Prunus Managawa to the left on that monocouche, and then the euonymus hedge all the way around it. So we're just getting ready for our planting. We've got some nice British Standard 3882 topsoil in here. Took about 3 tons of topsoil in, brings it up to the manhole height so we can put cobbles over that. We're going to put some gravel in this case. Going to use gravel instead of bark, give more of a dry skate kind of effect. So we've got the euonymus hedge, we've got Imperta cylindrica. This is bloodgood, really nice blood grass. You've got Cistus silver pink, the pinks. You've got an agapanthus running through that, Convolvulus neorum with the white sort of trumpety flowers. You've got Nandina, which is quite a stately, elegant plant. You've got some some Polystichum setiferum underneath the Prunus Managawa, the upright cherry. To give a bit of looseness, we've got some steeper running through the back. There's some pinus here, some dwarf pines just in and around the rocks to give that kind of feel around the glacial boulders. We've got a bit of contrast of the gold of the Ilex crenata gold gem with the Euchre Palace purple. We've got a lovely hydrangea quercifolia in the back there, which will have good autumn colour. We've got Cotinus there, the royal purple just sat in there, which again will have excellent autumn colour. And then of course in the spring we'll have the azalea. This is Golden Embers, a really nice deciduous azalea there in the corner. A few astrantia and a little bit of white because the customer wanted a bit of white, so we've got a potentilla in there, white potentilla. Some lavender for a bit of extra colour. And we're not far off actually, ready to go. We've just got a little bit of adjustment where I've got it a bit close to the hedge. I think we're about ready to go. Getting towards the end of our planting, we've got the euonymus hedging. These lovely rocks, these lovely glacial boulders, and I must admit I've done this a few times where I've used some pines around the glacial boulders, because that's a natural indigenous sort of scene you would see, whether in Scandinavia, maybe in parts of Scotland, and you know, you get this sort of pine and rock. It works really well. Mixed it also with a little touch of a Mediterranean feel about it. So all we're doing is just like getting the over the manhole. We'll put some Caledonian cobbles, but here at the moment, making sure I don't tread on that Euchre, I'm going to put the Pinus mugo mugus, a little dwarf, supposedly dwarf pine, round here. So we'll just make a hole. The bottom is broken up. You can break it up obviously with a fork. I'm breaking up with a spade, with the edge of the spade. Nice big enough hole. And then obviously we're just planting to the original mark in the pot. So that's got to be at just that nice sort of height, the same height as it was in the pot. You can shield it a bit if you want to, and just drag some of that nice soil around it. Keep it nice and firm as you go. Clean it out a little bit, and then just use your hands, or if you've got gloves, even better, of course. Just a little bit of around each plant. So that one's got a little bit of soil mounding up. Just take that, just a little bit of that around it while you can, and work your way outwards. And then a little bit of levelling up. Ideally, then we want the pea gravel over it all to make it look dryscape. And then we use the Caledonian cobbles over the manhole. So what you do with the Caledonian cobbles, just to show you, I know we haven't got the pea gravel, but get yourself a bucket of something, and rather than try and place them, I'm just going to move the potentilla back a little bit, because that's going to get bouldered if I don't. Just do that out of the way. And the best thing is a bit like when you're planting, is just to tip them out like that. And where they land, you can do that. Obviously, if there is one that's gone a bit away, you can pull them in. But if you've got that on pea gravel, and then a few more to fill in, it's just sort of natural. So you create this kind of natural drifts of rock, and obviously a few off the boulders, sort of linking it together a little bit would work. So that's another thing that you can do. So people still need access to the manhole. So if they want to get access to it, they can just move these to the side and you're still okay. So that's just showing you a little bit of that. Okay, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with the way this has come out. We'll have a little shot of the final thing when it's done. But it's so this has got a combination of plants. We've got some summer flowering. You can see you've got the convolvulus in there. We've got agapanthus in here. We've got lavender down here. So we've got plenty of summer flowering. We've got behind me, we've got late spring. You've got your azaleas and plants like that. We've got lots of evergreen. You've got gold here. You've got purple. You've got silver. You've got evergreen there. You've got a bit of autumn. Well, late summer with the hydrangea. You've also got good autumn colour with the Cotinus behind me and the hydrangea quercifolia. So you're kind of creating a garden which has got a bit of something for all year round. Even the Pittosporum there, lovely variegated foliage all year round. The Nandina is stately and elegant, textures with the Nandina against the Polystichum. So a good variety, and we can beef it up a little bit with some bulbs to give us a bit of extra spring colour, just to get all seasonal interest. Okay. So there we go, we just watered it all, given it a good soaking. Each plant's had a good soaking, the soil's had a soaking as well. And what you get when you wet it, notice the middle boulder, you start to see all the veins and patterns within it. And so it's really good to damp it down. So once this has got the pea gravel and the cobbles as well, a few cobbles just around the boulders, it should look really good. So we just transformed something that was just very unattractive into a really nice sort of area. There we go. That's good. We'll see you next time. Okay. See you next time. See you next time. Why not transform your front garden, make it into something a little bit more interesting and more diverse. Sorry, why don't you think about transforming your front garden and getting some all year round colour? See you next time. So in this garden, a little bit of a shout out to Hudson's Nurseries there, and Heather Taylor, who works there, and also Talbot Turf, the topsoil, and also to Cole's Nursery, and to CD for these beautiful stones. CD at Langley Mill, beautiful glacial boulders, really makes something really interesting. So thanks guys, see you next time.